one thing that comes out of it, I read the Old Testament and God seems like a selfish bastard who's mean and vindictive. And I read the New Testament and God seems incredibly loving and supportive of all. So I said, if that's true, does God grow? I think the universe grows. I think God grows, and I think it's our job to grow.
Even though the understanding's not there, I actually commend him for fasting for 4 days and then reading the Bible from front to back, because there's Christians that don't even read the Bible. So I'll make this easy. This is a transition from the Old Testament to the New Testament. God is seen as a judge in the Old Testament because he is explicitly judging the people for their disobedience and their sins. Because he's saying those behaviors that you are displaying are not welcome in the promised land, and I don't want you to bring the corruption into the promised land, so you need to correct that. But because the behaviors and the evilness was in their hearts, they didn't change. But throughout, you see, God is patient. He's gracious, and he gives them chance after chance after chance, and they don't change. And even still, he still leaves them there, lets them go there, but then they are exiled from the land, Israel, because of the corruption. And you see him destroying surrounding nations because he didn't want his people being corrupted by those behaviors. And then you get to the New Testament where God is seen as the Redeemer, Jesus, because instead of him judging the people, he's saying, your sins, I'm going to take all that on. I'm going to pay the price. Even though you should do it, I'm going to do it because I want you to be with me still. So I'm going to give you another chance. So he's extended the grace, even though we didn't even deserve it. But, and it's a big but, that doesn't mean that judgment has disappeared. It's just delayed until Jesus comes back. And you can basically summarize it in 2 sentences. In the Old Testament, it basically shows you what justice demands. In the New Testament, it shows you what love is willing to pay. And I think that answers if God can grow.